welcome to another edition of the Metal Void.
Yes.
Hey.
I see you're wearing your Trader shirt.
Trader.
Trader.
Thrash Command.
Yes.
Hey, a new release just came out.
I know.
Classic metal band. Still plugging away.
Yeah.
All these years later, started in the early 80s.
Yes.
Germany's own.
Helloween.
Helloween.
Not Halloween, Helloween. Straight out of hell.
Glad to see they're back.
I'm glad to see they're back.
I hope, guys, keep your fingers crossed that they're coming to North America.
Yes.
They didn't come for the Seven Sinners. I was disappointed, but I think they had some vocal problems that they were forced to kind of cancel. So hopefully that's all fixed. Andy Darius, get over here with the rest of the guys.
Get over here.
We want to see Helloween in 2013.
Yes.
Supporting this new album.
Yeah.
Okay, first impressions, Jim. New album.
First time I played the whole album, I loved it.
Great.
It was catchy. It was easy to digest. Big choruses. What was your first impression?
What is it?
Easy to digest. You know, sometimes
big choruses easy to big choruses.
Big choruses.
Okay, yes. I thought we were talking about an album, not your supper from last night.
No.
Okay. Easy to digest.
Easy to digest.
A little bit of wine and
what I mean by easy to digest, usually you have there's albums where it takes multiple listens, like a Rush album, multiple listens before you actually get into the album.
Okay, here we
This is a type of album you put it on once and you're already hooked on it.
Jim, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
This album, my first impression, listen to it, it's Helloween.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys, yes, they got criticized early in their career for trying something different, and they came back, but ever since Andy Darius has been in the band, I think they've got a consistency. They know what their sound is. They've stuck with it all these years.
I agree.
And when you put it on with the double bass drums, Marcus Grosskopf, his bass player, I mean, this guy's phenomenal. He's one of my favorite bass players.
Yes, me too.
And Andy Darius' voice, as usual. So it's a Helloween album.
Yeah.
Seven Sinners was maybe a little bit more on the go all out metal side.
Yeah.
This brings them back, I think, to a lot of their earlier stuff, Master of the Rings, because you've got those ballads in there, you've got the double bass drums, so you got that classic Helloween sound, and it's what you've come to expect with them. Hey, these guys aren't going to change, right?
No.
They went past that phase. That phase is gone 20, 30 years ago with albums like Chameleon. Mm-hmm. This is what they do, and this is what they do best, and I think that's right away it's Helloween.
You know what, you mentioned something very interesting, ballad. Like today metal bands, either they're speed metal, like from start to finish, they don't really play many ballads, but Helloween sticks to that sort of structure, that classic heavy metal structure, where you have a mid-paced song, a fast-paced song, and you have a ballad. And they're not scared. We won't even call it a ballad. We could call it a slow song, right?
Right, no, exactly. Yeah. A slower-paced song.
Slower-paced song. They're not scared to do it. I loved the single, first of all, Nabataea, right?
Yes, that's been out for a while now.
7 minutes long. And it's classic Helloween. I loved Live Now, very anthem-like song. Straight Out of Hell was another catchy, it's probably their second single. A-Hole.
There you go.
If you remember A-Hole, that song is, it's the witty side of Helloween, and years, it takes you back to the epic days of Helloween. Big, huge chorus, a lot of orchestration behind that too.
Now saying that,
yes,
classic Helloween, I mean, is it something bordering on, it's Helloween, it's the same old,
Good
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to throw out to you guys out there. It's what we come to expect. They're not changing. This is what their sound is.
Yeah.
This is what they're known for. Yes, Nabataea is something a little different. Each song has a little something, but overall, you listen to it's Helloween. It's like any other album kind of thing. Is that something, Accept came out with Stalingrad.
Yeah.
Which is a great follow-up, but
it
sounded a little fresh. Now, is this something that they got to be careful of moving forward? That they're not just repeating the same styles over and over.
It's a formula, you're saying. Are they sticking to the same?
Are they formulaic? I guess that's the way to say it.
For me, I think this is probably actually one of their best albums.
Okay.
This is one of their best albums, and I would put it next to Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 1 and Part 2. It's that catchy. It's the catchiness of Keeper as well as the complexity of the musicianship of Keeper as well. And Andy Darius is just doing an incredible job. He brought it to another level on this album. The song The Saints on Rapids Don't Come Easy, that's a definition of what this album sounds like. Fast-paced and melodic.
Again, I'm looking forward. I'm glad it came out. I got everything they've ever done. A band that I just couldn't, in the early 80s, couldn't have enough money to go. I was putting my money into Maidens and the Priest. Yeah. Now I was lucky we didn't see them with the Helloween and the Keeper of the Part 3, Keeper of the Keys Part 3, which was a great album.
Produced also by Charlie Bauerfeind.
Yeah, like all the other ones. And is Biff on here? Any intros with Biff?
Actually, there's also, if you get the limited edition of the album, there's a tribute to John Lord.
So go out, check it out. Helloween's.
What do you give it out of 10, Alan?
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh my God.
That's how high it's going up the gym charts.
I'm going to give it a few more.
With a bullet. Another album that came out recently, it's Voidvod.
Another band from
Voidvod.
the 80s.
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Or Jonquière, Quebec. It's been a while. They lost their guitarist, Piggy, as you know.
Right.
And I guess they decided that they're going to carry on. 3 of the 4 members are the original members. You got Blackie, Away, and Snake on vocals. They got a new guitarist. His name is Chewy. Chewy. He's Chewy. And he's an apprentice, or would you say apprentice? He's the apprentice of Piggy in a way. I mean, not that I don't know if they knew each other or not, but you could see that he has the same style as Piggy, and he makes a great contribution to this new album called Target Earth. I'm not going to give it a full review because it's such a proggy, moody, thrashy, punky album that it takes so long to absorb. We were just talking about Helloween, how easy and easy it is to digest. Well, this is an album quite the opposite. It takes a long time to really get all the sounds. That's right. To grab all the different sounds and information. But after my first impression, I would say this is somewhere between Dimension Hatred and Nothing Face by Voidvod, which are probably 2 of their best albums. Would I've liked, so far first impressions 8 out of 10, but as I'm listening to this, the more I'm listening to it, the more I like it. So we'll
name of the album again?
It's called Target Earth by Voidvod!
Montreal's own Voidvod.
And hey, we might even have an interview with them very soon.
They'll probably be touring behind this album?
They'll be touring behind this album, yeah.
Again, a classic industrial kind of, they prog, they had their own style, and I mean, again, a lot of bands here in Canada, they have to go get recognition outside of Canada and North America. They're huge in Europe. They've always had a great following, a great respect. A lot of people found a lot of their earlier albums, the prog elements in that, were very influential.
Yes.
And I'm glad to see that they're still around.
Yep.
New album. And they're just signed a new deal with
Century
Media. So it should be easier to find their albums. Good distribution through Century Media. More times than not.
One question I'd like to ask him: what happened with Jason Newsted? He was in the band, and suddenly, he's not in the band anymore. Well, I'd like to ask him. I mean, look, it all worked out well because Black is a phenomenal bassist. He's just as great as Jason.
There you go.
All right.
Voidvod.
Voidvod.
Check it out.